dirt fields, not the hay fields. Yesterday was quite the day. I helped get the 12-row bean planter rolling, planted little beans with it. Then yesterday afternoon I had to go rake hay at the airport. That was a hot one. Got her done. She's all rolled up. But I'm headed to LaGrange now. I got the hair hooked on. I left the planter at the Mugi farm because there ain't no point in dragging the planter down here, bringing the hair down here at the truck if we don't even need the planter. Because it's kind of a timely deal. Hair and Rosie up here in LaGrange, so many nooks and corners. The time I get it all haired, Grandpa will already be here at the planter. He'll already will start planting, so the time I get the other planter hooked up, he can just keep planting and I can move this to the end with the other planter, so we'll just have to see what happens. This field's hairing down pretty nicely. Dirt's still a bit damp, so it's breaking up really good. Makes it easy for me to see where I've been. A lot of these fields are dry enough you can't tell where you've already haired. But this one is pretty easy to see. Right there, Harry. Got all that down to this terrace right here. I got two more passes right here, and that little waterway right there. I'm gonna cross it and work on that part there. It'd be easier to cross the waterway and just do all this at once, but it's pretty rough crossing it, so I figured, well, I'll just cut them off. I can get them that way. But yeah, this is about the quickest this field's ever went. They finally got some of the ditches fixed on it. Woo, look at that smoke. This is a smoke blower. But it's got the power behind it, so I guess that'll do. Got done on the south side there. That's all haired down good. Starting here, I'm gonna make 2 or 3 passes around this. Making one for now, because when I get back around, I'm gonna get the Duramax and go hook up to the seed tender. Prairieland FS is where Danny's getting some of his beans from. They dropped the tender off here at the Harrows farm in LaGrange. I'm gonna hook up to it and take it over to the Wagner farm. Grandpa's over there with the 16-row planting some of them patches over there. He said I'll have a little bit, but not enough to plant it, so he just hollered at me over the radio there and said whenever he'll be ready. So I'm gonna make this pass around, then I'm gonna hook up over there and we'll fill that planter. Don't think we'll fill it up all the way, that way he doesn't have to drive down the road with a planter full of beans, because that's kind of hard on him. Makes them kind of bobtail pretty bad, but we'll just have to see. Probably load her light, like I said. We'll just have to see what he wants to do. So gonna finish this pass and head that way. So I hooked up a seed tender we got from FS, and it reminded me how much I hate FS with a passion. They have some of the stupidest people working for them. First of all, they brought the thing, jacked it up. Well, the jack was all the way out, and it was bent. It was sitting there looking like a dang triangle without one side. It had that much of a dang bend in it. Good thing we had the floor jack in the back of the truck. I used it, jacked it up, so I could get the truck under it. I tell you what, they have some stupid people. And that's not all. They had the auger folded out, which I understand that's a good thing to do for people, but why do you think you should put the auger out when it's not even 15 foot away from the highway? The spot they had to sit in, you cannot get a planter backed in there. You couldn't even back a 6-row planter in there without something sticking out in the road. I tell you, some of the stupidest and most ignorant people they have working for them. And this tender, I do not like it whatsoever. If the auger doesn't even sit on the rest, it sits on one side of it. I couldn't get it to move enough to get on the rest, so I'm kind of being careful here. That way the dang thing don't slide off and break off. Because some of the equipment they use, if it ain't brand new, it's completely junk. I tell you what. We don't screw with them, but Danny bought seed from them, so I guess we'll do what we have to. But yeah, in case you're wondering, I hate FS with a passion. The one down here in Palmyra is the one I hate. Or Taylor, I guess it'd be where it is. But the one in LaBelle, we have a guy there who works on monitors, and he's a good guy. He knows his stuff. So ain't had a problem with LaBelle, but Taylor, I don't particularly care for him. But anyway, at least I'm making it to the field. He's probably going to be asking me, what took you so long? Well, I'll give him the rundown on what took me so long. So I guess we'll see what he says. Looks like I got here just in time. He got done with these patches here. Moving on to this field right here. But yeah, I timed that just right. Well, we got the planter filled. That was a pain in the ass. We figured out, usually on your tenders, on the auger, on your spout, you'll have a switch there, and that controls the turn on and off the auger. Well, this one, it doesn't. It changes the speed. To get the auger to stop, you have to turn the motor off. So it's meant for a hopper planter and not one with boxes on it. So we figured that out after we had seed just running out of the dang box and onto the ground. So that's one thing that's wrong with it. 2, the auger sprung on it. 3, the jack was junk now. And 4, the belt on it's junk. So we just barely got enough seed to where we filled the planter up. We had 1 box left, and we kind of had to steal some seed out of the few other boxes to get it filled, and we scooped some off the ground because we thought that there's too much seed in the auger. Nope. Belt's shot, it kept slipping. We figured it was full. The auger's full and it couldn't pull it, so the belt slipped off. Nope. Belt's junk. So yeah, I'm dragging this thing back to Ayers. Gonna unhook it. I'm gonna jack it up to where it gets off the truck. I'm not putting it up in the air like them dummies did. But yeah, Grandpa's calling them. And he said, I'm gonna call them, I'll raise hell. I ain't got no use for them dumbasses anyway. Which we don't. The last time we dealt with them was, it's been over 5 years because we rented an hydrosapicator from them. That's the last time we screwed with them. And we've had so many problems with them over the years. Their spray guy, every time he comes to spray on this ground that we do custom work on, sprays it the wrong way. So we'll have corn going east and west. He'll spray it north and south. Left ruts last year, so we had to deal with that. Actually, it was the year before that. Yeah, every time he sprays, he does it the opposite way of the road, so he knocks a bunch over. Usually leaves a rut because they do it when it's wet. Yeah, ain't got much use for them. Not a lot of brains. They're more worried about, let's get over the acres and make money than, hey, let's do our job right. So yeah, there's my rant today, so hope you enjoyed that one. Now back to our regular scheduled video. Well, we're back to Harrow, got the planter filled finally. Hope y'all enjoyed that little rant that you just saw. But I think those are going to be a new thing on this channel. We'll have to see. Yeah, we're harrowing down pretty good here. I got this and that over by them trees, and this field's done. I don't know if he'll have me drop this off at Mugie's and hook up the planter. I imagine so, because we can pull this on with the planter. We can't pull the plant with the. We can pull this home with the truck. We can't pull the planter home with the truck, but we'll just see. I imagine that's probably what we'll do. I don't know if he'll have me move to handy or not. I think so. We run 2 planters. We can get it planted tomorrow pretty easy. But we'll just have to see what happens. Well, getting close to being done here. Almost done with this patch. Gonna move across there and do those two. Those two don't take too long. Really, it's more turning than anything. That one's a little worse. That one's a little longer road, so it won't be too bad. But, yep, getting her all knocked out. Tell it's pretty dirty, this ground is. It got really dry really fast. I think our last rain was last week sometime, and it made the ground just muddy as I'll get out. And then it just got hot all of a sudden. The ground just started getting hard and dry. But yeah, some of y'all are probably wondering why I'm pulling the hair like that. Well, when I turn, I'll leave pulled up, that way I'm not dragging the thing through the ground and cutting it up anymore. But I'll leave it down just enough to where it'll knock the track out. That way I ain't got any tracks left. Kind of just the way I do things. Boss ain't complaining about it, so I guess I'm doing something right. Patch here on this farm, which is also the last pass I'm making with the harrow this year, that I hope. We ain't got any more ground that's work. It's all going to be no-till, because at this point we ain't got the time to work ground, and none of it really needs work because it's pretty clean ground. So this is hopefully the last field we use the harrow on. I'm going to switch this thing over to planter, and that's where it's going to stay till we're done. So yeah, this is busting up pretty dang good.